are when your body's going to repair, rebuild, and grow. So that is the key also. Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here with LiveAnabolic.com and welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to tell you 5 reasons you're struggling to build muscle if you're a man over 40. All right, so I'm going to give you some things that you need to pay attention to and also some things that you can correct to get you started on building that muscle journey again. That being said, let's get started. All right guys, before I give you these 5 reasons, first, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Also, make sure you click on that bell icon. That way you get notified every time we upload a new video. All right, so this is what happens when you hit 40. Actually, it starts happening before that, but this is specific to you guys that are 40, 50, 60. All right, so the first thing that's gonna happen is you are going to start having less hormones in your body, less growth hormone, less testosterone in your body. Those are required for optimal muscle building. So once your testosterone levels start plummeting, it's already harder, okay, for you to build muscle. Also, as you age, you've got more wear and tear on your joints. You've got less mobility in your shoulders, your knees, lower back, elbows. So those are a lot of issues also preventing you from optimizing your workouts. A lot of other things that tend to happen are you're extremely busy now. Typically, as you get older, you get more responsibilities. You're no longer younger going to school. You don't have to worry about things. You don't have family when you're younger usually. So you can just work out whenever you need to, eat whatever you need to. It's a little bit more difficult once you get older, as you know, all right? And I've raised 3 kids. I've been married almost 25 years. So I know the other responsibilities that seem to take precedence over working out, over nutrition habits. But at the end of the day, we're doing this for our families. That's what you need to tell yourself. You want to be healthy for them. You want to be the confident leader that they need. And you also want to make sure you're setting a good example for them to follow. So it all begins and ends with you, all right? All right, so some of the reasons that it's difficult for you to build muscle after 40. One is, again, you're starting too fast. You're doing too much. A lot of guys come to me at 40 or 50 and they, Gary, I haven't worked out in a long time. I'm ready to get started. I'm 100% motivated. And here's what happens. You start doing everything 100%. You start doing the workouts, you start doing the nutrition, you start doing the cardio. You're no rest days. You're working out 6, 7 days a week because you're trying to hurry up and amplify the results, trying to pick up the pace to get everything going quicker. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You're no longer a young man. It's totally different. Your recoverabilities are completely off. So, okay, again, back to hormones. Your hormones aren't optimized. Your recoverability is not optimized. So you need to do things a little more specifically than you used to back in the day, all right? That basically means slow down, all right? I want you to have good results. I want you to do all these things, but at the end of the day, I don't want you to get hurt either. Don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to get burned out. Don't want you to lose motivation and enthusiasm. And those are things that tend to happen to a lot of men that start back in their 40s. The other thing, the number 2 thing, is not following an adequate plan. A lot of men come to me and same thing, they're ready to get started. You think in your mind you know what to do. You're gonna go Google a random workout. Hey, this dude looks great. I'm gonna follow his workout. At the end of the day, we're older men. You can't follow a lot of those workouts that you find online. Okay, my specific workouts have Tricon training. If you haven't done Tricon training, look into some of my programs, okay? Ripped After 40 for men. I've got Jacked After 40 for men, depending on what your goals are. I've got several different programs that utilize Tricon training. Tricon training will actually allow you to build muscle optimally without hurting your joints. So that's the whole reason I put my Tricon training into a lot of my older men's programs. So definitely look into that. But here's the thing. It's not just about lifting heavy again. You don't want to go back to lifting the way you used to lift because that is going to be detrimental for your joints. And it's not just trying to build muscle when you do that. You actually think by lifting more heavy weights, you're gonna build a lot of muscle. Well, at the end of the day, all you're really focused on doing when you lift heavy weights is building more strength. And if you wanna lift for muscle size, hypertrophy, then you wanna do a little bit higher rep range, 8 to 12 rep range, a little bit more time under tension, a little bit more intensity, utilizing what I call supersets or trisets, compound sets, utilizing some of those techniques that are designed to build muscle and preserve those joints. Because again, we're older guys. You don't need to put all the unnecessary weight on those joints every day, day in, day out, because that's gonna lead to a lot more issues. Because who cares at the end of the day if you're building muscle if you are too uncomfortable because you're constantly in pain to where you can't do anything. You don't want to feel that way, all right? So basically make sure you find a plan specific for older men and specific to your needs. If you're trying to lose weight, then you want to make sure you're doing something that's going to be a weight loss type of plan. If you're wanting to just bulk up and get super jacked, then you want to follow a plan for that. Preferably, my programs do both simultaneously. You want to build lean muscle mass and still keep the fat off of your body. So that's one of the things I recommend when you get older, because you don't want to do the old school bulk. You don't want to sacrifice your aesthetics for just building muscle. At the end of the day, you're just gonna look sloppy, all right? You're gonna look like a slob. So I don't want that for you, because at the end of the day, if you're doing that, you're not gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna feel good in the gym, then you're gonna go home, take your shirt off, and you're not gonna like what you see in the mirror. So that's the other thing. Follow a proper plan. Now, third, one of the reasons is lack of proper resistance training. It's not just about, I know a lot of guys that their minds instantly go to, I can no longer do squats, I'm old, or my knees hurt, or my back hurts. I'm not gonna do deadlifts, that's for younger guys. Well, here's the thing, those compound multi-joint movements are prime movers. They're actually going to get your hormone levels up, your testosterone, your growth hormone. They're gonna give you your biggest bang for your buck benefits. You're gonna be able to build muscle. You're gonna be able to build some joint mobility when you do things correctly. That's the point I wanna make with those exercises. Just because you're older, just because you have a little knee pain, little back pain, doesn't mean you have to avoid doing those exercises. There's a lot of men that, even in their 30s, they're telling themselves, I can't do squats, my knees suck. So I'm gonna hang out and do these leg extensions. I'm gonna hang out and do these leg presses. Here's the thing, leg press is actually harder than your lower back. A lot of people don't understand that. It's a lot harder. You think your back is stable, but when you get that rotation in your hips, you're putting pressure in your lower lumbar. So it's not actually it's not actually better for your lower back than doing actual squats. You may not need to be doing back squats anymore. I don't even do back squats anymore, but there's goblet squats, dumbbell squats. A lot of those exercises are gonna help with that hip mobility and help with your knee pain as well. You just have to make sure you're doing proper warm-ups, doing some mobility drills, and then take it slowly. Take the depth slowly, go as deep as you can. Same with bench pressing. You don't have to do barbell bench pressing anymore if you have immobile shoulders. You know, if you lack mobility in your shoulders, then do dumbbells. Do dumbbells for your chest presses, shoulder presses, even back rows, man, all right? So you don't have to do the barbell stuff, but you still wanna do the compound movements. So when you're focused on the right type of resistance training, then you're gonna get great results. If you're doing leg presses or leg extensions, then you're not gonna get all of the hormone benefits. So you wanna make sure you're doing the bigger movements when you're doing your workouts. All right, so next saying 4, I think that's 3. So next, the 4th one is nutrition. Here's the thing, if you're trying to build muscle, then you have to eat in a surplus, okay? I recommend carb cycling. If you haven't followed any of my things, my nutrition plans yet, you'll notice I'm all about carb cycling, because at the end of the day, you wanna earn your carbs. You don't need them all the time, but you still need your carbs. And especially if you're an older guy trying to build muscle, nutrition is going to be paramount. You're not gonna build any muscle if you're eating in a caloric deficit. If you're eating like you're dieting, then you're not gonna build muscle no matter what you're doing in the gym. And vice versa. If you are eating processed foods and you're eating a lot of processed foods thinking I'm gonna just get in a caloric surplus to build muscle, well, actually you're just gonna be building more fat, and that's gonna slow down the muscle building process. So you wanna eat good whole foods that are nutrient dense. That's gonna be the goal. lean chicken breast, rice, potatoes, all those types of things. Red meat, if you like it, lean red meat, grass-fed beef, whole eggs, a lot of the good quality, whole nutritious protein sources, complex carb sources, fibrous carbs. You want all of those, and make sure you're getting your essential fats as well. When you do that, you're gonna be optimizing your testosterone levels, because saturated fat is key for higher testosterone levels. All right, last thing I want to touch on is lack of rest. At the end of the day, you're building muscle when you're at rest, not when you're in the gym. You may have heard that, you may not have. It's pretty basic. When you're in the gym, your goal is to break down tiny muscle fibers. You're overloading your muscle, you're overloading your body, it's breaking down. Then you go feed it and you go rest. The rest days are when your body's gonna repair, rebuild, and grow. So that is the key also. I've got a lot of buddies, man, that think, you know what, I want to get jacked. I want to build some muscle. I'm gonna work out 6 or 7 days a week to build more quicker. It doesn't work that way. 4 days a week, perfect. 4 good resistance training days, utilizing compound lifts, eating in a calorie surplus, getting adequate rest. If you do those 3 essential things, then you're gonna start building muscle, whether you're 40, 50, or 60. Okay, you just have to optimize those 3 things. You start lifting the right way, you start resting, you start eating the right way, then all of your progress is going to just completely amplify, all right? It's just you're gonna start seeing some more progress with your muscle gains. So that one more point before I get off of this long video, one more point I do wanna make is make sure you are focused on progress, progressive overload. So write a journal. I always recommend everybody start with a written journal. Write your starting weight, your starting measurements, and take pictures. Day 1, take pictures. What do I look like from the front, the side, and the back? Put those in that notebook. And 4 weeks later, guess what? Take measurements. It's not just about the weight on the scale. Don't worry too much about the weight on the scale. Weight, the measurement around your waist is gonna be key to determine if you're losing fat or if you're building fat, adding fat. So if your waist is growing, then you're doing something wrong. You don't want your waist to grow. It's okay for the weight to go up when you're trying to build lean muscle, but your waist should never go up with it. If it is, then you need to cut back a little bit on your eating. Just cut the nutrition, 200 or 300 calories every day. Do that for a week and see what happens. But again, do all of these things and you're gonna start building muscle. Guys, I know this was a long-winded video. I apologize. I just wanted to give you a lot of information and let you know that it is still possible for you to build muscle. Not everybody wants to build muscle, but those of you that do have struggled with building muscle, then I get it. I was a hard gainer initially. I've worked with a lot of hard gainers over the years, so I know that it sucks to just feel skinny. And it sucks to just be a person that has no shape. You want some round shoulders with the little waist. You want good pecs, you want good arms. They don't have to be massive, but they need to be aesthetically pleasing. I get it. And do these tips, implement them, and then you're gonna start seeing those results. But all right, if you have any questions about any of these tips in this video, if you have any questions at all about anything else, then comment below, let me know. Also, again, just one more time, share this video with your buddies, share it with some friends that can actually benefit from this, all right? Because I know you got some buddies out there that probably going through some of these things. They're working out and not making any progress. Or they're not working out and they're about to, and you know they're gonna go all in, go all out, and that's gonna be more detrimental. So share this with those guys. Other than that, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it. God bless.